I'm Jacqueline Sheilds, and I have promised you a fabulous show. Well, today I'm going to go one step better. I'm going to promise you an absolutely fabulous show. At this point in time, it's in the kitchen in his apartment in beautiful downtown Port Melbourne, making a protein shake. Can we please have a look at your abs, Mr. Richard Hargreaves? Take a look at that. Now, the whole point of this show is to be fabulous. And we're talking about being physically fabulous. I'm wondering, Richard, if you'd like to step right this way, how do you manage to get abs like that? At 42, I might add.
Okay, well, it's a matter of diet and exercise. Or not actually diet, but the foods that you eat and you don't eat. I don't like calling it diet because you don't have to actually diet to get abs like that.
Do you believe that? Okay, fine. Drugs, vomiting, purging, what?
Yeah, well, they're all methods, but they're probably not the best ones. The point is to become a master of good habits instead of a slave to bad.
Well, an absolutely delicious drink. Highly recommended this protein shake. Comes in chocolate too, everybody out there. Now, here we are in Richard's den, Mr. Fit's den. This is where he puts pen to paper or finger to keyboard for your book, Mental Muscle. And I must say that you've got a lot of books on the shelf here that have got nothing to do with actually the body, and that's the point of differentiation of your book. It's not all about, you know, flexing and being physical. It's all about more about attitude. And here, let's have a look.
Exactly.
Books on the shelf. We've got The Power of Your Supermind. We've got How to Think Like a Millionaire. We've got one you haven't actually read yet, and that's How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's something for the summer holidays. Anyway, but about your book, Mental Muscle. Do I get abs like you by reading your book?
Well, yes, you can. There's lots of ways to get your abs. Basically, what you've got to do is ingest less calories into your body than your body needs, so that the fat that's there will be reduced and your abs will show. Basically, that's it. Now, very simple, but not easy. And that's where most people fall down. They might know what they're supposed to be doing, but they don't do it. And that's what Mental Muscle addresses. The reasons why we do the things we do.
Why do we overeat?
Right, okay. There's a few reasons, but basically it's attachments that cause us to overeat, which it means our addictions to things. We tell ourselves we have to have things to be happy, and if we don't have them, we're not happy. Now, most people are not happy, and they eat because food makes them feel better. Now, you can either eat or do something else to make you feel better.
So eating's the easy way out then?
Oh, of course it is. You feel bad, so what do? You go to the fridge and you stuff yourself, and you just compound the problem, because not only are you unhappy, you're fat and unhappy.
Fat and unhappy. Fat, ugly and unhappy. So read the book.
Ugly.
You can get beautiful then by reading the book, but you have to have a beautiful mindset then.
Yes, it's your attitude where it's coming from.
How do you change your attitude?
Okay, well, it comes with a decision that perhaps your life isn't as good as what it could be, and if something's going to be done about it, then it's up to you to do it. You've got to take responsibility. I suppose that's the main thing. You've got to take responsibility for your life.
What about when you go into someone's house and they want to give you a meal and it's stuff that you don't normally want to eat, like cheeses and stuff like that, and you feel you are obliged to eat it because otherwise it's a sign of rudeness not to? So that's kind of you're forced to, in a sense, there.
Oh, okay, well, you know, occasionally you can get yourself into that situation, and you know, doing it, you know, not very often is not harmful. What's harmful is to be habitually in that position where you've got a parent or a spouse or a mother-in-law or some relation that says, you know, you have to eat that food. You know, you're not leaving the table to eat it. Oh, you know, I'm offended. I've spent
children starving in Ethiopia.
Yeah. You've got to eat the food. Well, what you got to realise is eating your food isn't going to help the people in starving in Ethiopia. What would help is if you sent them some money. Not sitting there eating your food. So, you know, you've got to be realistic about what's going to help. All overeating is going to do is shorten your lifespan and make you look bad. And and decrease the enjoyment of the journey while you're here.
Now, in your book, you mentioned the pleasure-pain principle. What exactly is that?
Okay, now we're literally driven...
Sounds kinky.
Yeah, well, it can be.
Spent a lot of hours in this room on your own, you know.
I do, don't I? Work all night. Basically, the way our mind works is we do the things that we find pleasurable and we avoid the things that we find painful.
Exercise.
Yeah, well, that's where the
dieting.
That's where the trap is, and that's why people find things hard. Like that discussion we had before, you were saying, oh, it's so hard to exercise. Well, that's only your perspective. That's just a point of view. You could view something as easy, you can view it as hard.
Jogging 4.5k up a hill is not easy.
When you say hard, when you say it's hard, now that's just your perception of it. That's the way you're viewing it. Now, that 4.2k run, was it? Okay, if you're an elite athlete, an Olympic runner, a marathon runner, 4.2k's would not be hard. But if you're Mr. or Miss Couch Potato and you've never, the most exercise you get in your life is to get up and switch the telly on or off, or not even that, just to get the remote control, then 4.2k's could be quite taxing and strenuous. But how you view it in your mind is whether you're going to do it or not. Now, if you see it as horrible and painful and you know, agony, well, of course you're going to avoid it. And if you see sitting on the couch stuffing yourself with potato chips and peanuts and chocolates as pleasurable, then you're going to tend to do that more. So what you've got to do is shift your perception of what you think will cause pleasure and what you think will cause pain. So you start attaching more pain to sitting there on your backside stuffing yourself.
Now that's a concept.
Yeah, well think about it. Open heart surgery is not very pleasant. Yeah, and it's a very real consequence of years of eating high-fat foods. So if you can start seeing the results of the consequences of your current behaviour, if you continue doing it, you can start connecting a bit of pain. And to get pleasure, well, if you can start seeing yourself as getting the body you want by doing the running, then suddenly maybe it's hard, but it's pleasurable. See, there's a difference between something being hard and pleasurable. That's why I was trying to find an easy way to explain it, because something can be hard, but it doesn't mean it's unpleasant.
It's a challenge, and as a consequence, it's enjoyable because you're achieving something.
Yes, exactly. It's all in how you frame it in your mind. And that's what mental muscle does. It teaches you your thinking skills, that you can make things that previously in your past, you avoided. Instead, you can just flip the switch and you can actually do all the good things. That's what becoming a master of good habits is, and not a slave to bad.
Okay, fine. So all you couch potatoes out there, it's painful, it's tiring, you don't want to be there, you want to get up, you want to get out, you want to get into the sunshine, you want to put those chips down, and you want to go for a jog, you want to go for a swim. Is that right?
Yes, that's perfect. Absolutely.
You can actually lose weight, look fantastic, get a six-pack without concentrating fully on the gym itself and dieting, but actually by changing your mental attitude.
Yes, well, that's the master controlling switch to success, and not just success on the body you want, but anything you want, whether it's a better job, a more harmonious family, better sex life, anything. It all comes from the way you think. And once again, that's coming back to your pain pleasure principle.
Because you were saying too earlier that you actually got in better shape in a shorter period of time by not focusing on the body and what you were eating and what you were doing outside, but actually focusing on what was going on in here.
Exactly, Jacqueline. Exactly. It's not hard for someone to force themselves through willpower to stick to a diet for a few weeks, and they can get their six-pack showing. But what happens after that? All the bad habits suddenly erupt with a vengeance. They bounce back into your life with a rebound effect, and you end up eating more than ever and getting fatter than ever. So
actually, they say that people go on diets and then put on more weight afterwards.
Yeah, well, there's a physiological reason for that. Your metabolism can slow with the reduction in your lean body mass, and so you actually burn less calories just to exist, so you end up getting fatter.
Oh, fantastic. There you go. So you don't want to just stop eating, you want to eat normally, are there any secrets though, as far as...
Yes, there's a huge secret, and that is what is going to make you happy. Now, most people do not know what the cause of happiness is.
That's a $64 million question.
Yes. And until they understand that, they're going to be constantly chasing this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, only to find it just keeps eluding them, always eluding them. They do all the things they think they have to do to be happy. They get the body they want, and then they find that they're satisfied for a little while, and then they're not happy. They become bored, so that they think maybe it's a new car, they need more money, a better job, a new wife, a baby, lots of
Maybe
babies.
two. Or maybe a mistress.
2 babies, a mistress. So it's this constant search for the things that they think are going to make them happy. And all they're doing is just satisfying a bit of pleasure.
What makes you happy, Mr. Fit?
Okay, it comes from being free of attachments, free of physical attachments, so that your mind is not dominated by musts and shoulds. It's allowed to just flow and be with the moment. That's what will make you happy.
Fantastic. There we go. A bit of philosophy here on Absolutely Fabulous 15 minutes. I hope you've got something out of that. Mr. Fit, thank you very much. Be happy. Another fantastically fabulous episode of FFM being...
Fabulous 15 minutes.
That's right. Unfortunately, 15 minutes all you're going to get of us here down at Beaconsfield Parade, St Kilda. And we're actually focusing on a fabulous pursuit that a lot of Melburnians get into on the weekend, and that is...
Rollerblading.
Yes.
Okay, you've had your 15 minutes of fame. And here we are at Rock and Rolling, and this is obviously step one. First of all, you got to get yourself some durable blades to go blading. This is a great place to do it. Actually, I've got a little... what's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, and what are you doing? You rollerblading?
Yeah,
Where are you going to be blading? Down
just down near the beach.
the beach. This is the best place for a blade, is it?
Yep.
So you've come here, you hired some blades?
Yep.
Have you blade before?
Yeah.
Can you do tricks?
Not really.
No. Okay. Well, we'll see how we go from here.
Well, this is what they call chicken point. And this is the point where it's all or nothing. What you've got to hear is manage a blade. You've got to manage the stairs of the people as you pass by, ideally with prowess. And dogs as well. You can actually get eaten alive here. It's not that hard. Has your dog ever been on blades? What? Have you tried? Actually, it would be very good on blades because you could like almost not be able to blade and have your dog like... Exactly.
That's right. No, I don't think I've been up on before him. He's too fat.
Fair enough. Some people say that their dogs are like their owners.
What do you mean? He's got more character.
No, nothing to say. Don't want to go and play. He doesn't surf either. Anyway, so back to the point. The point is, this is chicken point. And what you have to do is negotiate the stairs of the people. You've got to negotiate the tram tracks and the bumpy road down a hill. Let's just see whether we can see any people doing it successfully.
I've got my rollerblade on. One of them makes me taller. What's the most important thing about a shoe?
That it fits, I guess.
And what if it's too big? What could happen?
Sloppiness, you get blisters occurring, and if it's too small, you can get cramping occurring, like too much pressure, pins and needles, stuff like that. So.
Okay, so what are the other protections that you need?
Least wrist guards, natural instinct in your brain, stop yourself from falling.
Knee pads?
Knee pads, yep. Always hurt when you do to a lot.
These are knee pads here?
Yep, so it's mainly wrist guards that we do stop as far as a hire goes.
Okay.
Knee pads are a second option. And for
Helmet.
elbow bladers, elbows, and a helmet sometimes, yeah.
Right, we could get the... Don't you think it's a bit geeky though, going the forward? It's probably upside down, yeah. See, I'm an expert rollerblader. Do you have anybody sort of hire a blade, come in and never come back?
Yes.
So what do you do?
We just let the police handle it.
Oh, what, you don't call the police and say, we're missing one, he could be dead, or...?
Oh, no, what we normally do is like, we require strict ID, so in that sense...
for stealing, of course, but I'm worried about the ones that never make it across the road.
A few people have had accidents, yeah.
So you've just pushed them out the door and said, here on your way, the beach is that way?
Oh, we're not that bad, really.
No? Or you tell them to walk?
Yeah, we
Because
promote to actually walk.
Yeah.
Very swift, very professional. Oh, he's jumping over the tram tracks, taking it easy, straightening his legs. A bit too good for our liking, actually. I would have liked to have seen him fall.
What things shouldn't you skate on or should?
Yeah, like grass obviously is not going to work.
Grass doesn't work. A really nice smooth tarmac sort of.
What about water? Can you blade when wet?
Not really. No, it's not good. No traction.
No traction.
Yep. And you wreck your bearings. You know.
Oh, well, we don't want wreck bearings. What about sand? I know there's a bit of gravel out there on the beach.
Yeah, try and avoid it. Yeah, try and avoid it. I mean, the bearings are pretty, they're well sealed anyway, so.
So what's the idea of having a rollerblade track on the beach then if there's so much sand? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. You know, if we boil it down.
So how often do you rollerblade?
About 5 times a week.
5 times a week. You're an expert at it.
Oh, I just like to go for a long skate.
Any tricks?
No, just go straight.
Just go straight. That's the way. Right, I've got our tips. We're ready to go. We'll hit the beach. So see you down there.
Excuse me. I'm just wondering, is there a particular reason you don't have your blades on right now?
I don't want to fall over.
Tried it before?
Never tried it before.
What about for the camera, just putting your blades on and just trying to negotiate this little stretch of road here?
Sorry?
Why don't you just pop your blades on and try and negotiate this stretch of road here?
No way.
What about no fear?
Nah, it's not me.
Have you got that on the back of your car?
No.
Oh well. You don't have bare feet, okay, it's the way to go. When are you going to put your blades on?
Oh, when I get to an area I know I can survive if I crash.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, take it easy. Have a nice day.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question to a couple of... Well, we've got one here, actually. Can I just stop you for a moment? Can you stop?
Yep.
Now, you're decked out to the maximum here. You're a new rollerblader.
Yeah.
You've got the elbow pads, you've got the wristbands, the knee pads, and you've got, of course, the rollerblades, a must necessity. How long have you been rollerblading for?
Well, I've been roller skating for 2 years and I stopped for a while, and this is actually a couple of times that I tried rollerblade.
You've rollerbladed for 2 years.
No, roller skate.
Skating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So blading's a little different then, is it?
Yeah. I find it, this is easier.
This is easier than roller skating?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look easier. It looks like you're kind of out of balance here a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. This is I think the third or the second time that I think the third time.
Okay, second time's not bad. Any blisters yet?
Not yet.
But you've only been here for what, a couple of hours today?
Probably about half an hour now.
Half an hour, okay. So you're going pretty well there. Push start. Can I push you?
No, I don't.
No, you'll fall.
Yep.
You naturally. All right, we'll watch this skill here. You need a hat though. You need a helmet. That's the only thing you're missing. Got everything else but the helmet. Not a good look.
Yeah, I need a cap because I'll get some dirt.
Yeah, that's it. Slip, slop, slap, and away you go. Don't get any dirt in that.
Put your blades off. Any particular reason for that?
Just because I didn't want to have to blade through the crowds.
Okay, so how long have you been blading for?
I only do it every now and then. Yeah, not very often.
Okay, and what do you say about this little stretch of road here? It's a bit vicious, a bit lethal?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, got to be a bit careful crossing over here.
And we've got primo seating here, right in front row. And is that what you've been doing all day? Is watching rollerbladers?
Pretty much. I nearly got ran over before a couple of times. But
What, just sitting here?
yeah.
We can't help not fall on top of someone like yourself, I guess. Have you seen any accidents at all?
None at all, because I've been sitting here about an hour waiting for someone to stack, but they haven't. And actually, I haven't really been watching the bladers anyway.
Oh, what have you been perving out then?
Yeah, exactly, I've been perving. Been
What?
all right. I like the hot weather.
I've got a great roller brick trick, and I'm going to give this one to you so you can see an accident. So just wait there 1 second. Right.
Just roll.
Deliberately sabotaged, but the old stick.
Would you recommend rollerblading as a pastime maybe in Melbourne?
Definitely,
Yeah, so do you rollerblade like often?
Probably twice a week.
Do you rollerblade like often at the moment? I see you're a little bit handicapped.
It's a bit hard with coordination, so no.
And how did that happen?
I slipped on a wet floor, so
With your blades on?
no.
Actually, that's a very good point because, of course, there's many dangers. As you can see, there's kids, there's dogs, there's also sand and there's water. So as a seasoned rollerblader, what are the dangers out there lurking for the unsuspecting blader who is a bit inexperienced?
People. And people? And corners. Definitely corners.
What about people who go about with the Walkman on at the moment whilst they're rollerblading? Think it's a bit dangerous?
Yeah, especially if they have it up a bit too loud. So they usually don't hear ambulances and all sorts of things. So definitely keep it down a little bit so you can hear what's going on around you.
This is it, the stick of all sticks, the rollerblade's enemy. Well, we don't even need a stick and he's almost gone. But this is the trick of all tricks. We throw the stick on the ground and watch him trip. We'll set this one up. We'll see how long it takes. We'll wait. We'll wait and see.
Oh, hello, here we go. Stop. Well done. Oh, lovely. See, you got to be careful though, don't you? You had any near misses today apart from that one?
More than a few.
Really? And any little kids you've almost crunched to death under your blades, those lethal weapons you've got in your feet there.
I've knocked over a few on the way down here, yeah.
Is that deliberately?
Well, twice, yeah.
Okay then. Well, third time lucky. Do you find this little doggy here causes many problems for you when you're blading? I can see you can have the odd difficulty.
What can I do? She doesn't want to stay home.
Really?
Yep.
Is that what brings you out blading on a Sunday afternoon to St Kilda?
No, actually I wanted to come blading, but the dog didn't leave me alone, so I had to bring her with me.
Okay, so how long have you been blading for? Like what sort of tricks and stuff do you know? Yeah.
Oh, is you so?
That was pretty tricky.
I've just been blading for a couple of months actually.
Yeah.
Yep. And try to improve myself.
Now, actually, we're down here in the fashion capital, being Melbourne. I'm just wondering about fashions and blading. So, yeah, absolutely. You look like you're a bit of a cool dude with old fashion. You've got it down pat. So, what would you suggest to the male blader who's about to hit the, hopefully not the road or the pavement, but basically hit the streets of Melbourne with the blades on?
Well, you have to wear the safeties. I mean, I've got them all here, but you know.
What are the safeties?
I'm wearing because the safeties.
Yeah. Condom?
I got some condoms too, actually.
Okay. So, what do you reckon? You should not wear a shirt? Is that almost like an important?
It's up to you. Up to every individual. I mean, I got my shirt too, but it's too hot. Nice day. I mean, you're down the beach, so why not?
What about the women? What should the women be wearing blading?
Woman, I can't see any woman at the moment.
Okay, the guys on the floor there say nothing.
What actually are you doing on the rollerblade path?
Off the rollerblade path. That's just
Yeah. You know, these rollerbladers get really annoyed when people are walking on their path.
But, like, I tried to get off and then you said, can I ask you a question?
No, I saw you walking from way down there.
We realised that we're actually walking on the rollerblade.
Okay, so you didn't get run over there.
No, we are successfully, very slowly trying to get off.
Is it safer to rollerblade in a group?
Safety numbers.
Can you do a chain for us?
No.
No! Come on, do something for us. You'll fall down.
Probably.
You good at falling?
Yep.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You've got to